Comics panel is here in Palmyra, Pennsylvania. On a beautiful...
Hey guys, what's happening?
Well, we're filming. That's what we're doing.
What are you doing?
I'm helping out at the shop today.
Well, that's what we're doing, and you're ruining our shop today.
Remember, we're filming for Halloween Comic Fest.
Well, we are here with the Comics panel at
Comics and Paperbacks Plus in Palmyra, Pennsylvania.
And there's a big free comic book giveaway today for Halloween.
It's gonna be great. We're gonna have a good time.
Well, why don't we go inside and check out all the fun? Come on, let's go.
Come on.
Hi, the Comics panel is here at the Halloween Comic Fest in Palmyra, Pennsylvania at Comics and Paperback Plus. We are here with Chris Ring. Chris, can you tell us how you got started in the comic book business?
Well, I got started back in 1995. I wrote and drew the first issue of Carbonite.
This one right here?
That one right there.
Wow,
yeah.
there it is, right here.
And you can't. It's very hard to find those books now. They've been sold out for a while. But
I just did.
Yeah, because I just gave it to you.
Oh, that's right. So tell us, what is this about?
Well, that story it's kind of a Silver Age tradition story about the Centralia mine fire, and that's where the Carbonite hero is born out of. The story starts in like 1962,
okay,
and then brings us up to present day, because our hero he's the fire chief of Centralia back in 1962, before the fire started, and he and his crew were the first ones to discover it. And through what happens in the series, basically he's trapped underground for a certain amount of time, and then he emerges in the present day as the superhero we see. But you would really have to read the whole series to
But
get
that's
a feel
a
for what's
great
happening.
story, having a little bit of the history that's up there, and a lot of local people should know about what happened up in Centralia. So you took the fact and the fiction. That's an awesome storyline.
Well, that's what really snowballed on me, because I thought it was a great story, and I didn't know about it till I want to say the 80s, and I found out about what had happened up there, and I thought this would make a great catalyst to a comic book superhero. So when I wrote it, I just I want to see if I could do this. And then after we produced issue 1, it sold out in like 3 weeks. We had no copies, so we had to reprint that. And then I brought my brother on board to help me out with some of the background artwork and some of the typesetting involved and putting the books together, because I just couldn't do it myself. I couldn't produce it fast enough.
Okay.
The distributor at the time, wanted a new book like every 2-3 months, and I needed help to come up with. Well, I had the whole story written out for the whole four-part series, but I just needed help, putting the thing together fast enough for the audience. So we had a great time with it.
I wonder if the 4 people that still live there know about this book. They probably might buy it.
Well,
an additional 4 copies.
A lot of people who used to live in Centralia, and their families and the generations after that bought the books for just kind of like tell their grandchildren about it.
No doubt.
And so that's why they just flew off the shelves in Pennsylvania. It was very, very hard book to come by.
No doubt.
And I did a signing up in Williamsport recently. I think it was at the Wildcat Con, where his parents bought him the book when he was just a little boy, and now if that was 95, we're talking 20 years later. He brought the books to me to sign at that sign. I've been looking for you for about 20 years.
That's
to
a
sign
dedicated
these books.
fan.
Yeah, I was a dedicated fan, and that just made my day.
No doubt.
I could have been done with the show for the day, because I was just so happy that someone appreciated what we had done
it's
back
a good punch
then.
in the arm.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's great.
So that's the past. What currently are you working on? Some stuff.
Currently, I have the book Nevermore out. Being that it's Halloween, an Edgar Allan Poe book is just a great book to have for Halloween.
It's like air. You need it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So now, I see that you're one of the artists on it with a bunch of other artists. Did you get to pick the story, or did they say, "Hey, here's the story. You draw something"?
I did get to pick the story, and I was surprised I got to pick the story, because there's great artists on the book, like Norm Brayfogle, who did Batman for years, Mike Grell, who did James Bond and Green Arrow. Really big names on this book. So when Paul, the guy who put the book together, Paul Michael Kane, came to me and he said, I got these stories left. I want, pick one. And I've always been more of a detective fan than a horror fan. I mean, I love horror, especially around Halloween time, but for me, more detective stories. So when The Gold Bug came up, which is really a sleuth kind of story in and of itself, it's just such a great story that I was just all on board to do The Gold Bug. Yeah. And I reread it for the umpteenth time just to get all the nuances and put together kind of this collage piece of which exemplifies the story. And it's one of my favorite pieces that I've ever done. Unfortunately, it was stolen from me at a Comic-Con.
The original part.
The original art.
That's a shame.
And which occasionally happens at a show, but for me, that's the only piece that's ever been stolen out of a portfolio. I'm talking to someone over here, and someone takes a 5-finger discount over here, and
that's sad.
But it was such a great piece of art. And
but can I interrupt you? The good thing is, you can do it again.
Well, I can do it. It's
Part 2.
Yeah, exactly. But sometimes it's hard to recreate what you've done. And the sad part is, I was all ready to donate the original art to a library with a bunch of books, and then I didn't have the art to get it to them. So hopefully,
maybe that guy will feel guilty and give it back.
Maybe, I don't know, but maybe I'll find that art somewhere on eBay or something like that.
I won't. Now that I know, I won't put it on.
But I would, if I saw it, I'd recognize it right away.
Oh, there's no doubt. So. It's like your child, right? You know your child.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so how about like any children's book? Have you delved into that area?
I just delved into that.
What do you got here?
Just recently, we have the Scariest Creature just came out, hot off the presses. It's authored by Brenda Pallison, who's a retired teacher, and this is her first story that's in print. And I got in touch with her because her daughter is a great designer that I've worked with in the past, and she needed someone to illustrate a children's book, and so she brought up my name, and so Brenda got in touch with me, and we worked it out, and I did all the illustrations on it, and it's such a cute story. I love it because a couple reasons. Because it's Halloween. Firstly, it rhymes. Like, if you're a big fan of like Dr. Seuss books or Berenstain Bears type books, this is the kind of book for you. I was just so impressed that the whole thing rhymes from start to finish, and it's a really cute story about Halloween. And a brother and a sister, like during Halloween time, and their parents. So.
What was the age range, would you say, for the read?
Oh gosh, I'd say from first learning to read, I'd say till about 8 to 10 years old would enjoy that book. But the thing is, I've gotten so many people that have bought the book because they like to read it to their children or their grandchildren, and that's been a lot of fun. And I've had people send. On my Facebook page, they've sent me pictures of
them reading it,
the book, or a grandparent reading it to a grandchild, or a mom reading it to a child, and that's just been a lot of fun to get those pictures back.
Sure.
and get that feedback saying we love the book. And there was one little boy, like, he just keeps choosing this book at bedtime. Yeah. And like, don't you want to read something? No, I want to read The Scariest Creature.
That's a great pat on the back.
Yeah, I just love to hear stories like that.
Yeah, it makes you proud. It's stuff that you're taking part of is definitely going to be part of their memories forever.
Yeah. And it's something different. A lot of times when I'm drawing, Batman, superheroes, Spider-Man, that kind of thing. And this is just something different, something to kind of stretch your artistic muscles on. It's just a totally different genre than, let's say, Star Wars or superhero type stuff.
Well, anybody could draw Spider-Man, Batman, and sell that. That's
I don't
a
know
tough
about
one.
Anybody,
well, it's tough to do that.
Yeah.
You got to, present that to a person and say, hey, listen, you might know these guys, but here's something new and different. Give it a try. And then when you see that come back, it's a good joy. He's like, wow, thanks so much for enjoying it. Because, like you said, Batman, Spider-Man, you could push that out. Nobody's business is they're going to recognize it. That's the hard sell, which we will push for Facebook. Check them out to get that stuff. But before we close out, I think there's another thing you just mentioned that we really didn't talk about yet. With
Star Wars is huge right now. The Force Awakens is a waking up a whole new audience to Star Wars. Now, when the first movie came out, A New Hope, I was 11 years old. So I was pretty much, you and I were pretty much their target audience at the time.
Oh, yeah.
100%. We were the ones that, wanted to see it over and over again. And now, like, I've enjoyed Star Wars. My son is 20 years old now. So when the prequels came out,
felt bad for him, right?
No. No, I like the prequels.
They were good. They were good.
I like, and
except the clones.
The thing is, like, I watched, the first 3 movies through my own eyes. I watched the second 3 movies through their eyes, and that's what made me. I wasn't jaded or anything like that. I watched the movies through their eyes, so I enjoyed them just as much. Now, maybe if I didn't have children at the time, I wouldn't have felt that way, but. That's who their target audience was. My kids when the prequels came out, and
that was Jar Jar Binks'
yeah,
reason for being
and
there.
They loved Jar Jar Binks,
right? Just like we liked R2 and C-3PO. That was the draw for us.
Right. We had never seen like talking droids before,
exactly. And their antics back and forth with each other, hitting R2 upside the head,
right.
Which was funny because when people put Jar Jar Binks on, I always say, but that was the draw for the kids. They need that comedy relief.
Mm-hmm.
They need him there, but. Nonetheless, I mean, it's still good stuff, but I'm looking here and I'm seeing some great artwork here. So you did all this?
Yeah, I did about 150 cards for Top Star Wars collection.
Wow.
And this is just, this is about half of them that I've collected on this poster here. And these were all from The New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. That's what I was assigned to. And then for 50 other cards, I did the newer stuff, the prequel type stuff, which had Anakin Skywalker and young Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Jar Jar and Sebulba and all those characters on it. But what's fun about doing this series, it really brought me back the original characters, Alec Guinness as Obi-Wan Kenobi and Han Solo, and it was. What makes you feel old is when you explain to your son that Han shot first.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
He didn't. And then he says, "What are you talking about, Dad?" I'm like, "Han shot 1st." Mm-hmm. And he's just like, "Wait, not it." And he,
and Jabba was an Irishman, a big stouty Irishman.
He pulls out the movie, and because we had it on DVD, and he's like, "See, look, Greedo shot 1st." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, son, that's not the way it happened. That's not the way I saw it way back when."
Greedo shot 1st. Nah, it's...
So he's been trying to find the original cut of the film, so he can see that scene and
enjoy it in its true glory.
Exactly.
The way it was meant to be.
The way it was meant to be.
Before.
Han shot 1st.
Yes, definitely Han shot 1st. There's no. I was just taking the other side of you, just to be angst, if you will.
Devil's advocate.
There's no way that Greedo shot 1st. There's no way. But hey, that's just the way it goes. So.
Get in the car. Hang on.
We will edit that out.
Yeah, I didn't even recognize the number, so they just get cut off.
Hey, we're more important. Come on.
Exactly.
So, are you working with any press companies currently? Who's helping promote your books in the press area?
Yeah, I'm represented by Catskill Comics.
They have some big names like you and
Scott Kress is the head of Catskill Comics. And on board is Ron Friends, who used to do a lot of Spider-Man work. Silver Surfer, yeah. He's an artistic machine. He just does such great work. Mike Grell, I mentioned before, did Sable, Green Arrow, James Bond series.
Definitely.
Tom Fleming, who's done a lot of Marvel card art. He's a phenomenal painter. Pat Olive, who's been doing I think it's the latest Batgirl stuff.
Okay.
And then there's about half a dozen other guys that have worked in the industry and just doing some phenomenal work. So if you can check out CatskillComics.com, and you can see like the list of there's at least a dozen great artists on there that their work is for sale, and you can see what they're doing and what projects they have coming up next.
Is your work for sale on that website?
Yes.
So they can find you there, because let's talk about you, not them, because they're not here talking to me right now. So we can go there to find his stuff. You
can find my stuff on Cuts. There's pieces for sale, and you can also commission original pieces if you have something in mind. Like I just got something, an order for. I've done some Star Wars stuff as we've mentioned, and I've done. Princess Leia holding a lightsaber, which is not, a scene that you see a lot.
No.
So someone saw that piece and they wanted a different female Star Wars character, one of the Twilight characters, holding a lightsaber, fighting, blast coming at her in much the same way. So it's like one piece kind of leads to another piece. It's like word of mouth between collectors, like, oh, I got this great picture that Chris did, and then someone says, oh yeah, can he do something like this for me? And that's a lot of fun, because these guys come up with the craziest commissions that you can imagine.
Okay, here's one for you. Would you do burrito shooting first?
No,
So there's a line. There is a line, folks. He's not going to draw that. Okay, so now we know. So if somebody's going to ask you, don't ask. Just don't ask.
I would do. I do anything for money.
That's right. Who wouldn't? Okay, so we covered all that. How about Facebook? Can people find you on Facebook anywhere? Are you out there?
just look for me on Chris Ring. I don't have a separate page for my art or for my personal. So just look up Chris Ring, and I'm the guy who posts all the artwork on his page half the time.
Okay,
so.
good. So we got those two places we can find you at. So
Yeah.
that way, if the fan base want to talk, and on Facebook they can. If they want to buy some artwork, they can go to what press?
CatskillComics.com,
CatskillComics.com.
and you can also see my artwork on DeviantArt under 93 Cobra. That's my call sign over there. DeviantArt.com, and you can see my whole portfolio is on there as well.
If people say they can't find you, they're lying, because you're out there.
Because I'm out there, yeah, and I'm here. So if they could come down here to Comics and Paperbacks Plus.
So next year, will you be here?
I'm here a lot. I usually come for Free Comic Book Day, and I usually come make an appearance whenever I have something new out.
Okay,
So whether there's a new Star Wars stuff or a new book out, I usually make an appearance.
Okay, keep your eye out for Chris for Free Comic Book Day, which will be coming up in May, and as well as all his stuff on the internet, so you can definitely buy it there and come here and get it autographed. I'm Grogan with the Comics Panel. I'm here with Chris, the amazing artist, and thank you for watching. Which comics did you get? Which ones did you get?
I got Donald Duck, Star Wars, and Transformers.
Those are good choices. Now, what are you dressed as?
I'm dressed as a shock trooper from Star Wars.
So you're looking forward to the new Star Wars, aren't you? All right, you got good taste. Thanks so much. And what are you?
I'm a clown.
No zombie clown or anything, just a regular clown?
Yep.
Okay, what books did you get?
Donald Duck, DC, and Spider-Man.
Those are good choices. Well, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
See you later. Do you mind if we shoot you guys? Oh, that's fine. Yeah. What books did you get?
Batman, Spider-Man. No, I forgot what the other one was.
You have impeccable taste. Let me guess. Is that Minecraft?
Yeah.
All right, that's really cool. Oh, gotta have the dynamite. All right. Well, thanks for stopping by. See you later. Yep. Mind if we talk to him? What'd you get today?
I got Doctor Who and Spider-Man.
So you're a Doctor Who fan?
Yes.
That's awesome. It's hard to find nowadays in the young ones. All right, good job. So is this your first time here?
Yes.
All right, you gonna come back next time?
Yes.
We'll see you then. Take care. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, so we have Spider-Man and the... What are you?
I'm the princess.
A Disney princess?
No, I am the princess.
Just a princess. Okay, I'm sorry. So you came to the comic book thing today. What books did you get?
What'd you get, honey? Do you remember? I think they're...
You don't remember? Okay, Donald Duck. Good choice. Do you remember what you got?
No.
Spider-Man, you got.
I was gonna say there was a Spider-Man
Spider-Man.
and Batman. Is Spider-Man your favorite?
Well, Spider-Man is my favorite.
Well, you got good taste in my eyes. All right, so are you gonna come back here next year?
Yes.
How about you?
Yes.
We'll see you next year. Thanks for stopping by. So what books did you get?
Donald Duck books.
Just Donald Duck? You didn't pick up any of the other cool free books?
No. I picked up some Princess Leia books.
Yeah, part 1 and 2 is there.
Yes, exactly.
That's a good deal.
Maybe I'll get hooked on them.
So is this your first time here?
Oh, no, we're regular customers. He saves stuff for us every month.
Okay, good. So we'll see you here next year.
You got it.
Thanks for stopping by. Is this your first time here?
No.
So you've been here before?
Yes.
What books did you get?
I got Star Wars, and I got Doctor Who.
Doctor Who, you're the second one today. I don't hear that much. Do you like Doctor Who?
Yeah.
That's great. So are you going to come back here next year?
Yes.
All right, sounds good. We'll see you then. Thanks for stopping by. Is this your first time here?
No, I've been here a couple times.
Couple times? Okay, what'd you get today?
I got a couple comics from Fables.
Oh, did you get any of the new comics, the freebies?
Yeah, I got a couple.
Okay, so are you going to come here next year? Okay, we'll see you then.
Thank you.
Take care. So is this your first time here?
This is our second.
So you're regulars. Okay, what'd you get?
I got Pokemon book and a Doctor Who book.
Doctor Who, good taste. You're our third one today. You don't see many Doctor Who fans. How about you?
I got Doctor Strange and I think Princess Leia.
Another good choice. How about you? I see. Did you get some freebies?
You know what I got? I got Donald Duck.
Classic.
Old school, man.
Yeah, classic old school. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, that's right.
All right, well, thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
Take care. We'll see you next year. Okay, what are you dressed as?
I guess I'm dressed as an undead ninja.
I saw the mask. It was pretty scary. How about you?
A Jedi.
Good taste. What'd you guys get? What'd you get today?
3 free comics.
Which ones? Did you get Star Wars ones?
Yes.
Well, that's good taste. You got good taste in that one. How about you?
I got some superhero ones.
Always classic, good ones. Well, thank you for stopping by. We'll see you next year. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us here for the Halloween Comic Fest at Comics and Paperback Plus here in Palmyra. Hope you had a good time checking this out, and go check out your local comic book store as well for Halloween Comic Fest.
Yes, definitely. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, please leave them in the box below.
And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
And like us on Facebook.
Thanks so much.
Thanks a lot. We'll see you next year.